I told you not to do it.
Don't do that!
Don't raise your hand to me.
Don't do that!
Don't raise your... Don't raise your hand to me. Don't raise your hand, Lou. Don't raise your hand.
What are you waiting for?
No, just in here. Yeah. I asked you, come on, we're going.
Albert here has been so busy making money that he really hasn't had time to gather an education.
Are
He
you
just...
still bullshitting?
Teams that's playing and everything
Well,
else.
naturally,
Well,
I'll...
the one team that's playing here this week, do you know the guys' names?
Oh, sure.
Then you go ahead and tell me some of their names.
Well, I'll introduce you to the boys. You know, strange it may seem, they give these ball players nowadays very peculiar names.
Give me funny names.
Nicknames, pet names like Dizzy Dean and...
Brother Daffy?
Daffy Dean.
I'm their cousin.
Who are you?
Goofy.
Goofy, huh? Well, now, let's see. We have on the bags, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
I say who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Are you the fellow that knows all the players?
Certainly.
Well, then who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who is on first?
Now, what are you asking me for?
In March of 1938, a national radio audience heard a burlesque comedy team perform a classic routine called Who's on First? It created a sensation. The team, which had only made their radio debut barely a month earlier, became instant stars. But why? Who's on First was not a new routine. In fact, almost all the material the duo performed were standard vaudeville and burlesque sketches. So what made this team different? Quite simply, they did it better than anyone ever had, and probably ever will. Abbott and Costello. Just say their name or see their picture and you just have to smile. Through 36 feature films and their pioneering appearances on the Colgate Comedy Hour and their own television series, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello have romped their way into our hearts and have left us a permanent record of our unique heritage of classic American comedy. We know when William Bud Abbott was born. It was October 2nd, 1895. But where is a little murky. It was either Philadelphia, Atlantic City, or as most biographies settle on, Asbury Park, New Jersey. Bud's father, Harry, was an advance man for Barnum and Bailey Circus, and his mother, Ray, also worked for the circus as a bareback rider. The family moved to Coney Island, New York, when Bud's dad left the circus to organize one of the early burlesque circuits called the Columbia Wheel. Bud left school after the 4th grade to become a shill for various games of chance at the Coney Island amusement park. When Bud was 16 years old, his father helped him land a job at the Casino Burlesque Theater, where he had the opportunity to watch many of the great stars of the day, including W.C. Fields, Burt Lahr, and Fanny Brice. But his show business career almost ended when young Bud wandered into a waterfront bar only to be shanghaied onto a steamer heading for Norway. It took Bud nearly a year to get back to Brooklyn and resume his job at the Casino Theater. Billy Gilbert, best known as the comic foil for Laurel and Hardy, claims to have given young Bud his first stage experience when he used him to replace his straight man when he failed to show up for a performance. In 1918, while working at the National Theater in Washington, D.C., Bud fell in love and married a 17-year-old cast member, Betty Smith. After trying his hand at running his own burlesque troupe, Bud landed a job producing shows at the National Theater in Detroit. Later, he and his wife Betty started their own act and were booked into the Herdian Siemens burlesque circuit. Abbott quickly became known as one of the best straight men in the business, but Betty really didn't want to stay in show business, so Bud began teaming with other comics, including comedian Harry Stepp. By 1936, Abbott, now teamed with Harry Evanson, was working at the El Tinge Theater in New York. Also appearing at the same theater was a short, round comedian working with a straight man named Joe Lyons. The comedian was Lou Costello. Unlike Bud Abbott, we know where and when Louis Francis Costello was born. It was on March 3, 1906 at 14 Madison, Paterson, New Jersey. His mother, Helen, was of Irish heritage, and his father, Sebastian, was an Italian immigrant who worked for the Prudential Insurance Company. As a child, Lou's passion was sports and the movies. His film idol was Charlie Chaplin. According to reports, Lou spent more time in the movies than he did in class. Young Costello's other love was sports, especially basketball, where he played on his high school and semi-pro team. Later, he even tried his hand at boxing, fighting under the name Lou King. In 1927, Lou decided to seek his fame and fortune as an actor in Hollywood. Lou and a friend hitchhiked their way to California. Arriving penniless, they were forced to sleep in cars in movie studio parking lots. Finally, Lou landed a job at MGM as a stagehand. Later, Lou got work as an extra and can be seen as part of the crowd shot in the Laurel and Hardy film Battle of the Century. It was at this time that Lou changed his last name from Costello to Costello, as he recalled in a 1956 appearance on the This Is Your Life TV show.
Let's see, Costello is your real name,
That's right.
Lou, but you changed it to Costello. When was this?
Oh, when I was doing extra work in pictures.
Yeah?
There was a girl named Helene Costello, and I took her name.
Yes, indeed. Remember her. Here we are swinging with Mom on the porch on a summer evening. Just like you when you were a boy. Dad's here in spirit, too, Lou, I'm sure, though he died in 1947. And it was here on the front porch swing that you used to tell Mom about a glorious dream. What was that dream, Mrs. Costello?
Little Ralph, Lou always wanted to be an actor. And he used to say to me, well, Mother, someday I'm going to take you to California, to Hollywood, and I'm going to buy you a little white house. And you know, Ralph, he did all that.
In
He
dream?
bought me my little house,
And he became
and
the
he
star.
became a star.
Yes, indeed.
Costello also worked as a stuntman in films like the 1928 Trail of 98. He reportedly doubled for Dolores Del Rio. Frequent injuries sustained from his stunt work discouraged Costello. With the advent of talkies, the studios were looking east to Broadway for their new talent. Costello decided to head back east to learn his trade. Well, by the time Costello reached St. Joseph, Missouri in 1929, finding something to eat had taken precedent over learning his trade. Costello learned that a local burlesque house was looking for a Dutch comic. Without any stage experience and no Dutch accent, the brash Costello managed to get the job. It paid $16 a week. It was probably the turning point in his life. For the next year, Costello was allowed to practice his craft and learn the basic burlesque routines in a much less competitive atmosphere than New York. By the summer of 1930, Costello had made his way back home to Paterson, where he worked locally until he was spotted by an agent who booked him into the Orpheum Theater in New York. For the next 3 years, Costello played in many of the better burlesque houses in and around the New York area. In 1934, Lou married a chorus girl, Ann Battler. Ann's show business career ended in 1934 as a result of a car accident in which she suffered a broken neck.
Well, it was sort of early in the morning, around 3 in the morning, and there was a bus coming around a turn, I think, around Massachusetts, and I wanted to get away from him, and I did, but I went over an embankment and landed amongst a lot of trees about 40 feet.
Then you took a bus to Paterson.
No, we hitchhiked all the way back.
Ah, I'll change that little note in here. You walked then from, you got to your folks' home, isn't that
Oh,
right?
yes, yes.
And when you got home, what did you find really had happened to Ann?
Well, we were very fortunate, Ralph. We called our family physician. He came in and he said, well, this is not for me, but I'm going to call a doctor right away. And he did, a Dr. Redding, who lived 2 blocks away from us on 33rd Street, and he was, at that time, supposed to be about one of the best neck surgeons in the whole country. And he put my wife immediately in a hospital and in a cast. She was that way for about a year.
But the answer is she had a broken
neck.
A broken neck all this time. Ann is in a plaster cast, as you say, for over a year. Money problems on a burlesque comedian's salary are pretty grim for you.
I liked Lou's clean brand of comedy and believed we could make a hit of it if we got together.
The other...
I sent him a letter.
There is no doubt that Costello's and Abbott's paths must have crossed between 1930 and 1934. They even played the same theater in 1933. But just how the duo paired is open to discussion, since both Abbott and Costello themselves have told different versions. The basic facts are these. The year was 1935. Both Abbott and Costello were appearing with different partners at the El Tins Theater on 42nd Street in New York. The men really got to know each other during the following year. It was clear that Bud especially appreciated how good Costello was at making the straight man look good. And it's fairly certain that Costello respected Abbott, who was already well known as one of the best straight men in the business. By early 1936, the two men had decided to team up. Who actually asked who? The real answer may never be known. The new comedy team of Abbott and Costello, the straight man always gets top billing, were booked by Minsky's, and they began touring the East Coast. Unlike many burlesque acts of the day, which were decidedly risque, Abbott and Costello tended to stay with more family-oriented routines. like this classic stage direction sketch, which they later performed on television.
Lou, please. No, partner.
All right.
Pretty good.
I have a lot of work to do on the stage here. I want to set my scenery and prepare the finale and everything. If you must sing, go down there and sing, will you please?
I can sing then?
Yes. And not too loud. Don't annoy me, will you please?
I will sing too
All right,
loud.
open these curtains, boys. Open up. Let's see. Now this, a little...
It's like a melody.
A little higher. Joe, on the end there.
Pretty good.
Milt, down there. Milt, down there. That's it. Hold it, Milt. That's the boy. Now, over here. Up a little higher.
Pretty good.
Now, little higher. Milt, Cowler, it's too high. Down a little.
Pretty good.
Lower.
Pretty good. It's like a...
Lower, Milt.
Pretty good. It's like a melody.
All the way to the floor.
Pretty good.
Hey, look, Milt, will you do me a favor? Up on this side here.
Pretty good.
Up a little higher. Up on that side, a little higher.
Pretty good.
Now, up on the left leg.
Pretty good. It's like a melody.
Up on the right leg.
That hurts me like a day.
Up on both legs.
Pretty good. Can't do that. Pretty good.
Now, hold it. Now, just a little bit to the left. About a foot and a half to the left. Take your time now. Take your time.
Pretty good.
Now, forward. Just a little bit. Not too much. A little bit forward. Hold it.
Pretty good.
All right, now bring them together.
It's like a melody.
Forward a little more. About 2.5 feet forward. About 2.5 feet forward. Measure it out, boy.
Pretty good. It's like a
A
melody.
little farther front.
That hurts me.
Little farther front.
Pretty good.
A little farther front.
With flawless timing and perfect chemistry, the team took off and became solid vaudeville and burlesque attractions. But 1937 would see an end to big-time burlesque when New York Mayor LaGuardia, under political pressure, was forced to close down all of New York's burlesque houses. Just when the team's options seemed to be getting narrow, a talent booker named Eddie Sherman booked the duo into a minstrel show playing at Atlantic City's Still Pier. The success of the Atlantic City engagement led to nightclub bookings in New York, including a smash engagement at the Lowe's State in 1938. Now, with these successful bookings, Eddie Sherman signed on as the team's manager. One reason for Abbott and Costello's immediate success was that they were so believable. Abbott had a look and demeanor of a con man, while Costello appeared perfectly cast as an innocent victim. The dice game routine, also called African golf, is a prime example of how the team successfully adapted many standard vaudeville and burlesque sketches for their own use. The bit, as seen here, is performed by two typical burlesque comics of the early 1930s. But then watch as Abbott and Costello do the same routine for a television program in the 1950s. You'll notice how Abbott and Costello infused their own energy and individual style into the sketch. Their unique approach added a new life and laughter to many old shop-worn routines.
You know what you're doing?
No, but I'm going to learn.
You're not kidding. Well, go ahead, shoot.
Little Joe.
Little Joe, wait a minute. How did you know that was Little Joe?
I heard at the clubhouse.
What clubhouse?
The Bebop Club.
The Bebop Club?
Yeah.
What were you doing down there?
Oh, just standing around watching the boys play.
Oh, but you didn't play.
Oh, no.
Then you played in this game. Don't you lie to me, Louie.
So help me, I didn't play. They won't let me play.
Well, I hope not. Go ahead.
Whee! 4, Little Joe.
Little Joe. Little Joe.
I heard it at the Rinky Dinks.
What do you mean you heard what at the rinky dink?
The club where I belong, the
What
Rinky
is,
Dinks.
then you played the game.
Oh, no, they won't let me play. I'm too young. I saw the kids in the clubs in the Rinky Dinks. They had sugar, and they put black marks on them.
Yes.
And I heard a kid go, wee. Starting Tuesday, I'm going out with girls.
Oh,
The year was 1938. Radio was king and Kate Smith was its queen.
Hello, everybody.
Henny Youngman was the featured comedian on her program. After seeing Bud and Lou perform at the Low State, he suggested to Ted Collins, the radio show's producer, to give the team a shot on the program. Collins had two major misgivings. One was that the boys would be too risque, and the other was that they were too visual. Eddie Sherman finally convinced Collins to give the team a one-time tryout on the show, and on February 3rd, 1938, Abbott and Costello made their national radio debut. That appearance was the first of 99 appearances running through 1940. But no appearance would be more memorable than that of March 24th, 1938, when Abbott and Costello performed Who's on First? Abbott and Costello didn't create Who's on First. Some reports had the original sketch, then called Who's the Boss, being done as early as 1919. Later it was changed to the Who and Die Cleansing Company, and changed again to the What's the Name of the Street routine. It underwent another transformation when it became a baseball routine performed by Joey Fay and his wife Judy in the 1930s. Both Abbott and Costello also performed the routine many times with other partners before teaming up with each other. But there is no question Abbott and Costello had taken this well-traveled routine to new heights. Impeccable timing and their unique chemistry combined to turn a burlesque chestnut into an immortal comedy classic.
I understand. It's all the boys that's over there. They're going to have a big baseball team, and I understand you're going to be the manager.
That's right.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, if you're going to be the manager of this baseball team, I would like to join myself.
That's all right.
I would like to know some of the guys' names on the team, so when I meet them on the street or in the ballpark, I'll be able to say hello to them.
Well, naturally, I'll introduce you to the boys and a regular bunch of boys we've got. But you know, strange as it may seem, they give these ball players very peculiar names.
You need funny names.
Strange names like Busy Dean
Brother
and
Daffy.
Daffy Dean.
I'm their
and-
cousin.
Who are you?
Goofy.
Goofy. Well, let's see. We have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
And then I say who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Yeah, you know the fellow's names?
Yes.
Well, who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Yes.
I mean the guy playing first.
Who?
The fellow playing first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Who is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's
Well,
name.
go ahead and tell me.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first.
Look, who is on
Have
first?
you got a first baseman?
Yes.
Who's playing there?
Yes.
All I'm trying to find out is what's the guy's name on first base?
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Don't mix them up. What is on second?
Who's on second?
No, who is on first?
I don't know.
He's on third now. We're not talking about him.
How did I get on third base?
You just mentioned his name.
If I mentioned the third baseman's name, who did I say played third?
No, who's playing first?
Never mind first. I don't know. What's the guy's name on third base?
What's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
Have you got a third baseman?
Certainly.
Then who's playing third?
Who is playing first?
What's playing first?
No, what's on second?
I don't know.
He's
Third
on
base.
Third base.
You got an outfield?
Well, surely.
Tell the fielder's name.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd ask.
I just thought I'd tell you.
So tell me who's playing left field.
No, who's playing first?
What's playing first?
What's on second?
I don't know.
Third base, yes.
Have you got a catcher?
Well, naturally.
The catcher's name.
Today.
Today. And tomorrow's pitcher.
Now you've got it.
That's all. We got a couple of days on the team.
Well, I can't help
You
that.
know, I used to be a catcher, too. I'll get behind the plate, do some fancy catching.
Yes.
Tomorrow's pitching on my team, and the heavy hitter gets up,
Yeah.
Joseph Valentine, the heavy hitter. Now, Valentine gets up, and he bunts the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he bunts the ball, me being a good catcher, I'm going to throw Valentine out of first base, so I pick up the ball and throw it to who?
Now, that's the first thing you said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about!
That's all you have to do.
All I know is I throw the ball to first base. Now, whoever it is drops the ball, so Valentine wants a second.
Yes.
Now, I pick up the ball, and I throw it to who? Whoever it is drops the ball, he throws it to what? What throws it? I don't know. I don't know if throws it back to tomorrow. That's triple play.
That's right.
Another guy gets up, and it's a long fly ball to be caught. Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Oh, that's a shortstop.
The success of the radio appearances, especially Who's on First, made them national sensations and New York nightclub favorites. While playing the Paramount Theater in 1939, the team was approached and asked to appear in a new Broadway show called The Streets of Paris, which would be similar to the Olsen and Johnson hit Hell's a Poppin'. The new show starred burlesque top banana Bobby Clark, with Abbott and Costello appearing in various sketches. The show ran for over 250 performances and then toured, highlighted by a special performance for President Roosevelt in Washington. In the summer of 1939, Mike Todd restaged a special edition of The Streets of Paris for the New York World's Fair. Along with Abbott and Costello, the show starred Gypsy Rose Lee. Once again, audiences roared as the team performed classic routines like the Lemon Bit, but now given that special Abbott and Costello touch.
You can't win all the time. I'll play with you. You know, there's always a way of winning. How do you do, sir? Now, here. You just toss it around the table 2 or 3 times. Now, if you find the shell that contains the lemon, you win.
What do you mean, you pick out which one has the lemon?
That's the idea.
And you bet money?
That's right.
You silly fellow.
Well, that's up to yourself.
I'll bet you $10.
That's $10. That's $10.
This here one.
Wasn't there?
Here.
And it got away from you. Can you imagine?
Would you mind giving us another chance, please?
Why, with pleasure, boys. But keep your eye on the lemon. Do you see it there? Now, how can you go wrong? Watch it, boys. Now, see how simple it really is? Now, it must...
This one over here for $10.
$10.
Come over here, my friend. Come on. Come over here. Come on. 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 Come on. Come over here. It's hot in it. Come on. Come on.
Just a minute.
Come over here.
Put it down once. And it wasn't there. Can you imagine that?
Would you mind giving us another chance, please?
Why, with pleasure, boys, with pleasure.
There's no pleasure attached to this, but give us another chance.
Don't watch me. Watch the lemon, boys. Do you see it there?
Hey.
Now, how can you go wrong? Do you see it? You see how simple it really is when you put your mind down on it? Sure.
$10 over here.
That's the idea. Pick it right up. Now, it's underneath one of those shells. Now, if you want to make a little bet on the side, it's up to yourself. You put it together, yes.
$10 over here,
That's the idea. Pick it right up, friend. Don't be afraid of it. You pick out the shell, and the lemon's there, you win.
$10 over here.
Don't pick it
Leave
up.
them alone!
Don't get excited, my friend.
Here it is, over here.
No.
Here it is.
Oh, but he knows where it is.
Here it is.
There it is.
I win. I knew I'd win. I know I'd win. You can't lose all the time. I win.
Well, what do you win? You had no money down. Now, chances are, if you'd had money down there, chances are you'd have won.
Chances are you won.
I'd like to make a bet.
You gotta know where the lemon is. When you find the lemon, you should put the money down there.
Sure. How much you want to bet, madam?
$10.
All right.
Yes, I don't like this game, lady. You gotta watch this game. It's a tricky
Quiet, quiet, please. I had a $10 bill here a minute ago. Have you got 2 10s for a 5?
Yeah.
Thanks. Now, there's your pen. Now, madam, what
Something wrong.
wait a minute. What do you mean by that?
$15 went south.
Are you accusing me of stealing?
I don't know. I ain't accusing nobody. Lady, this is a very tricky game, but this guy just pulled a fast one on me again.
All right, here's your 5. Give me back my 2 10s.
That's better.
Now we're getting crazy.
Here's 2 10s. Give me a 5. You did it to me. He did it to me too.
Just follow the little shell around. Now, it's underneath one of those tins. Now, where is it, madam?
Lady! Lady! Guy's got a fruit stand under the table. Lady! Under the table! Oh, you silly slicker!
Pick it up, madam. Pick it up.
Here it is.
No, it won't.
Under the table, ladies!
Something wrong here. Something
Oh,
wrong
wait a
here.
minute. Now, madam, don't listen to these.
You're a cheat. They were trying to tell me something. Now, you give me my money back or I'll call the
All right,
police.
here, don't call the police. Here, all right, take
About time.
All right, sir.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
you don't.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you
Would
want?
you mind sticking around, please? We'd like to play once more.
Have you got any more money?
Have I got any more money? Well, I want you to look at some of this.
Well, just a minute. You know where the lemon is?
I know where a juicy one is.
For how much?
Well, I like to bet the whole works.
Oh, I would bet the works. Of course, you're only entitled to 1 shell.
Well, that's all I need.
Now, it's have to be under this one and under this one. Now, you pick out the shell as I toss them around here. And any one of the shells. Pick up the shell that gets lemon and you win. Stand in, boy. Pick it up. What shell do you want?
Later in 1939, Abbott and Costello were signed to be Fred Allen's summer replacement on radio. It didn't take Hollywood long to cash in on the success of the duo, so in 1940, just about 10 years after Lou Costello's first venture into movies had ended, the team was in California after signing a one-picture deal with Universal. The studio put the team right to work as they first appeared in this newsreel highlighting the opening of The Boys from Syracuse. Abbott and Costello made their official screen debut in the 1940 Universal release One Night in the Tropics. In truth, this was actually a starring vehicle for singing star Alan Jones. In the film, Abbott and Costello used their own names and performed some of their better-known routines. The film was a critical failure, but Abbott and Costello received very favorable reviews. Based on the team's radio popularity and the good reviews from One Night in the Tropics, Universal decided to give Abbott and Costello another shot. It paid off. Released just 5 months after the draft bill was passed, the movie was, if nothing else, timely. The picture also featured the Andrews sisters, who introduced the hit song Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. But more than anything, the film was a perfect showcase for Abbott and Costello's talents, which were now being aided with the addition of writer John Grant, who would work with the team on and off for more than 20 years. Buck Privates was produced for under $200,000 and grossed over $4 million.
You're 40 years old and you're in love with a little girl, say 10 years old.
This one's gonna be a pimp.
Well, wait till I finish.
Now I'm going around with a 10-year-old girl.
Wait a minute.
You got a good idea where I'm gonna wind up.
And for music, the sensational creators of Boogie Woogie Rhythm. The top trio of radio records and screen, the Andrews sisters.
Can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes the company jump when he plays reveille. He's the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. He was the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B.
Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bingo. Quiet.
I had it.
Never mind that. Let's go around. Let's go around. Let's
Why
go
don't you make up your mind?
Wait a minute. Huh? Where's Herbie? Where's... How did you get up in that tree?
How did I get up in a tree? I sat on it when it was an acorn.
We're 130 million strong, and we're sticking with you right along. This is really your lucky...
One of the highlights of Buck Privates was the drill routine, which Abbott and Costello often recreated for television.
Now, what were you going to say?
I mean, after all, be here on time like us.
You keep quiet.
I mean, after all,
All right, Marks.
after all, the
Keep your mouth shut. Attention.
What are you, a tough guy?
Keep it easy, buddy.
What are you, a tough guy?
Yes, I'm a tough guy.
Just wanted to find out.
All right. Count off. 1, 2, 3. Bingo. Pick up your brains. What? What is that? What did you say? Repeat that.
I'm talking to myself.
Well, don't talk so loud.
Well, I gotta hear what I gotta say.
Shut up! Put it down. Come on. Get your chin up, your chest out.
Come on, you two.
Get up. Your chin up, your chest out. Chin up, chest out. All right. Take it easy, boy. Get your chin up. Your chest out. Come on. Get your chest out. Throw it out. Throw it out. I said throw it out.
What do you want me to do, lay it on the floor?
Do as I tell you. Throw it out. Wait a minute. Now get up in line then. Turn with the rest of them. I'll hit you. Right. Face. Right. Up on your feet. Pick up that rifle. Why don't you tuck out? Wait a minute. Why don't you turn with the rest of them? Where you going? Where you going? Right. Face. put you. Do you understand? I won't warn you again. Left, please. Come on, somebody make up their mind. What kind of an army have I got here?
Oh,
Straighten yourselves out.
Now, you turn this way, and you turn that. That's it. Now,
All right. Thanks for that. Now give me that. Right, face. Right, face. Forward, march. That's the boys. Come here. Hold! Hold! Where you going? Hey! The army is over here. Right, hey! Right, hey! Forward, march! Get it,
You guys are going wrong!
hold it,
Following the release of Buck Privates, Abbott and Costello had begun production of Oh, Charlie. But when tremendous box office receipts began pouring in from Buck Privates, Universal quickly decided to shelve Oh, Charlie and do a follow-up to Buck Privates. It was the 1941 release, In the Navy.
How do you like that? Not a cop within a mile from here.
Bud Abbott and Lou Costello in a bigger, better show than Buck Private, In the Navy.
Taste that dish. Shall we?
They'll torpedo your troubles and blitz your blues. Aided by this grand cast of fun and music makers. Dick Powell, those song-stational boogie-woogie singers, the Andrews Sisters, lovely Claire Dodd, Dick Foran, Butch and Buddy, Shemp Howard, the Condos Brothers, in the merriest Navy musical that ever hit the screen.
What do I care about the petty officer? I got no use for a petty officer.
No, I see.
Attention to bridge. Man battleships. Launch aircraft.
With a production budget of just under $400,000, In the Navy was a bigger hit than Buck Privates, landing in the top 10 grossing films for 1941. Abbott and Costello had learned their lesson well. The public couldn't get enough of those old burlesque routines like 7 times 13 is 28.
Prove that to me.
You want me to prove it?
Prove it.
Okay. Now let me see. There were 7 weeks, right? I'm going to divide.
Go ahead.
7 weeks, and it was 28, right? Now, 7 into 28.
You claim that 7 and 28 goes 13 times?
That's right.
Prove it.
7 into 2.
7 and 2.
7 will not go into 2.
No, certainly not.
No matter how much you push this big 7 into that little 2, it's not going to go in there.
Hold that.
Therefore, you don't want to hurt that little 2.
What do you mean?
That's a cute little 2, ain't it?
What are you going to do with it?
I'm not going to push that big 7 into that little 2.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to put that little 2 right there. Isn't it cute, that little 2? Don't forget about that little 2.
All right, go
Now,
ahead.
7 into 8. Once. Now, I'm going to carry the 7 because it's getting heavy. I'm going to put it right there. Now, 7 from 8. 1. A minute ago, I had some argument about a little 2. This little 2 down here. You mind if I use it now?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you. So I'm going to put that little 2 right there. 7 into 21.
3 times.
3 times. 7 into 28. 13 times.
Nobody enjoyed Abbott and Costello's success more than Abbott and Costello. Both men engaged in a friendly rivalry to see who could build the biggest house. In fact, it's reported that after Bud built a swimming pool, Lou built his own 1 foot bigger and 1 foot wider. Costello also took up sailing and had one of the biggest yachts in Hollywood. In 1941, Universal released Hold That Ghost, originally called Oh, Charlie, which had been held up so In the Navy could be filmed. Many critics considered it to be one of the team's best films. It's also the first time Costello comes up against ghosts or monsters, a theme that would eventually run through many of the duo's films.
You slap me? Uh-oh.
Hold That Ghost was followed by Keep 'em Flying, which put Abbott and Costello in the Army Air Corps. On the home front, Abbott and Costello became tireless salesmen for war bonds, and the team raised more than $100 million for the war effort.
Where's the mayor? Where's the mayor? He's on his way down. Fine. No mayor.
Hey, honey.
You know where the mayor is, lady?
You know?
Do you know? I don't know. We're supposed to meet the mayor here. Wait a minute. Take it easy. We're here to meet a mayor. Look, we'll wait a half hour, no more.
Hey, Mayor.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Mayor, hi.
Fine, thank you.
Welcome to the city. I want to congratulate you boys on the fine work you've been doing. I understand you've visited 21 states, 80 cities, and sold $70 million worth of bonds.
So they tell us. Somewhere's around it.
I bet that guy Hitler doesn't like you. I'll bet I don't like him. That makes it fair. Boy.
Ride 'em Cowboy continued Abbott and Costello's string of hits. The duo play hot dog vendors working at a rodeo in Long Island who find themselves out west at a dude ranch. Although the film received lukewarm critical reviews, the public loved it, and it placed in the top 10 grossers for 1942, gaining the team more money and an extension of their Universal contract.
Now, pop his head off. He's deserving of it. Oh, boy.
You shot an arrow through the heart of her teepee. What a show of shows. What a super saga of laughs, girls, music, and excitement. Plus, rip-snorting action by that Western ace, Johnny Mac Brown. No, just steady it. Yeah.
My ass! Come on, get going!
For the film, Abbott and Costello once again delved into their burlesque suitcase and pulled out a variation of the Crazy House routine. Here's another version performed on live television.
I gotta have a rest or something because I've been working awfully hard.
Something wrong with you, eh?
Oh, yes.
Well, stick out your tongue.
Huh?
Stick out your tongue. Way out. Way out. Way out. Way out!
What do you want to do, lay it on the floor?
What you need is peace and quiet, my boy.
Where?
Quiet! Rest! See that he gets it! No noise! Quiet! Take it back! I won't! You will! I won't! You will! I won't!
There was a couple of guys in here. One guy should take it back, the other guy should know the other guy shot him and carried him out.
Oh, they're just playing.
Playing?
Yes.
I need peace and quiet.
I know you do. So take those trousers off.
Okay.
Go back to bed.
Okay.
You need peace and quiet. Peace and quiet.
All right.
I want to think.
Take it back. I won't. You will. I won't. You will. I won't. They got me. They got me. Oh. Thank you. Thank you.
He's a pump. Pump him. He's a pump. Pump him. He's a pump. Pump him.
I beg your pardon?
He's a pump. Pump him.
Hold. Ready. Aim. Fire. Miller's highlight.
Now look at you. You're all sweated up. Please don't keep playing this way. Are you trying to get pneumonia? Oh, I'll never get any peace.
Would you you like to have your palm read?
Thank you, Red One.
Whoa, whoa, peanut butter. Whoa, peanut butter.
Costello, what in the world have you got there?
Oh, what do you think it is?
The horse, isn't it?
That is the horse. What does it look like? A hip-on-puppet, the hum-hum and a bus?
Costello, tell me the truth.
From October 1st, 1941 through 1951, Abbott and Costello had their own radio show, first on NBC and later in 1947 moving to ABC. Guests included stars like Frank Sinatra and Mel Blanc. Here, show regulars Connie Haynes and Freddie Rich are making sure Lou gets up for the first show of the series' fourth season. Although signed to Universal, Abbott and Costello had become the object of Louis B. Mayer's desire at MGM. His affection was probably caused from looking into the duo's astounding box office grosses. Since MGM was a major power, the smaller Universal agreed to a loan-out arrangement, and the pair traveled across town to MGM for the 1942 release Rio Rita.
Abbott and Costello, bouncing from laugh to laugh like Mexican beans. In Rio Rita, designed for mirth, music, and romance, and having the fun time of their lifetime, surrounded by muchachas, and up to their ears in gay fiestas. It's the most grande riot you ever saw north of the Rio Grande. You'll say sombreros off to its hot tamale Romeos, its sweet senoritas of song, its noteworthy cast, and its breathtaking musical thrill.
The team returned to Universal for the 1942 release Pardon My Sarong.
Hey, Archie.
What?
Look at a chicken over here.
Well, that's...
Chicken! What a chicken! Archie!
They're shipwrecked, and you'll be lap-wrecked at this uproarious riot starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. See Abbott and Costello as expert seamen on the high seas.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck!
Yeah.
Okay, it's mine. Whoa! I don't know what I'm doing here. Woo! 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 Get me off this pier! What's up, boys? Together! Pull on together!
Pardon My Sarong was a smash hit and the second biggest film moneymaker of 1942. New films followed in quick succession.
Nothing to it.
I won't do it, I won't do it.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I don't want no pussy.
Listen, you want to eat, don't you?
Yeah, Babbitt. I want to eat. I love to eat.
Well, then, go up and get the bird out of that nest.
The team had become so popular that rival studio Warner Brothers immortalized them in the 1942 cartoon A Tale of Two Kitties.
Tiny little bird.
You mean a poor little incy-wincy, itsy-bitsy defenseless boy?
Yes.
Let me at him! Let me at him! I'll get him, Babbitt! Gangway, I'll brutalize him! Let me at him!
Take it easy. Take
I'll
it easy.
show him! Where'd you get that stuff? Don't hold me back! I'll get him! I'll show him!
Come on, quit your fooling. Get up that ladder.
Push me, Abbott! Don't push me!
Come on.
I'm scared to go up high. I get hydrophobia. No, I don't want to come down. Oh, don't push me. Oh, don't. You can't make me do it. You can't make me do it. He did it.
I tore a putty cat. I did. I tore a putty cat.
By the way, this cartoon also marks the film debut of another member of a legendary comedy team. Tweety Bird made his film debut in this cartoon and later went on to a successful career with his partner, Sylvester the Cat.
Oh, the poor putty cat. He crushed his witty head.
The team's next film was Hit the Ice, which started production just 2 weeks after It Ain't Hay finished filming. After completing Hit the Ice, the duo traveled to New York where Mayor LaGuardia officially named them Box Office Stars of the Year. In March of 1943, the team had just returned home to California from one of their many war bond tours. Lou Costello, possibly weakened from his non-stop schedule, was stricken with a severe case of rheumatic fever. Costello's only hope for a cure was complete bed rest. He had no choice. After a stay in the hospital, he returned home to convalesce. Bud Abbott visited Lou almost every day, as did many stars, including Lou's boyhood idol, Charlie Chaplin. The one bright spot of Costello's forced inactivity was that he could spend time playing with his toddler son, Lou Jr., or as he was nicknamed, Butch, a luxury he hadn't had with his other children. On November 4th, 1944, almost a year after he was first stricken, he finally recovered. Bud and Lou were at the NBC studios preparing for their first new radio show when their manager, Eddie Sherman, got a phone call from the Costello home.
Lou was planning to use some funny sounds on his show that night so little Butch could hear him at home because he knew how much Butch loved him. And his wife, Mrs. Costello, was going to have the baby awake at night to hear the show. But you know, Ralph, that afternoon at the studio, I got the tragic call from Lou's home that his little baby had drowned in the family pool.
How did it happen, Mr. Sherman?
Well, Mrs. Costello had gone out shopping. The nurse had put little Butch in a playpen, but somehow he worked one of the slats loose and climbed out by the pool and dropped in unnoticed.
You drive Lou home, and after he does all he can to console Mrs. Costello, what does Lou tell you, Eddie?
Well, Lou was terribly heartbroken. This was a great tragedy to him. He thought the whole world tumbled from under him. But he said to me, Eddie, I want to go back to the studio and do the show. I promised little Butch that he would hear me tonight. And wherever God has taken him, I know he will hear me, and I want to keep my promise.
Hollywood's concern about Costello's ability to recover from the tragedy and the effect of the team's 18-month layoff from films was erased when In Society was released in 1944. The pair hadn't lost anything, and ticket sales soared.
Yikes and away, with those jolly jerks on the trail of a fancy fox hunt. They're living the life of Riley with Newport's smartest cuties and Southampton's bathing beauties. With Arthur Treacher, Marion Hutton, Kirby Grant, Thomas Gomez, and Gillis, Will Osborne and his orchestra. It's the season's big coming out party and a perfectly ripping weekend with Abbott and Costello making fox passes at the Lasses.
Now, when you get it fixed, whistle it out town.
Okay.
Sir, if I may start undressing you now?
You're going to undress me.
Yes, sir.
The last person that ever undressed me was my mother, and that was a year ago.
The team followed In Society with two more box office hits, Lost in a Harem and Here Come the Co-Eds. The Naughty 90s was the team's 15th film, and it was highlighted by a performance of Who's on First.
May I be on for you? Ooh, you're the nicest man I ever knew. Ooh, if you take me and just break me in the business too, ooh, I'd leave may I be on for you.
Seven's their point in a gambling joint, where the schnapps is top, but the cows ain't true.
I think I'm getting the Mickey.
It's Dangerous Dan McAbbott and the guy who is known as Lou, bringing you those roaring days of Oh You Kid and 23 Skidoo.
Oh, you kid.
You tell him, upholstery, you got the stuff.
You tell him, ammonia. You've got the spirit.
Come! I'm going to help Captain Sam, because I'm true blue. I'm afraid of nobody.
But take it easy.
What is the fella's name on third base?
What is the fella's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base.
So you slipped us a cold deck just because of a dame, huh?
Reviews for the film were not good, with the New York Times saying they have run out of routines. It's a musty archive of old gags. Whether it was the bad reviews or a midlife crisis, some serious strains started to appear in the team's personal relationships. Early rumors of the team's problems began appearing during an engagement at New York's Roxy Theater, but it seemed to come to a head during the filming of Abbott and Costello in Hollywood. Both men had their problems. Bud was an epileptic who also liked to drink, and Lou was a heavy gambler. Chris Costello, Lou's daughter, reported it all started after Abbott had hired some household staff that Costello had fired. Lou became outraged. That event, along with some business disagreements, had put a severe strain on their partnership, and more press reports of a possible breakup began to surface as they continued production of the film.
I don't believe that would work.
Oh, I think it would.
Oh, I think it would too.
Oh, it's 2-1. Let's try it.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it.
Oh, it's 2 against 1. Sorry, you lost, old man.
I don't think you have to tell all.
Well, what
When
I...
you get into the scene,
Yeah.
you see your...
Can I have your autograph?
No.
Okay.
Why, you silly-looking goon. What's that you dumping that hot towel on my face?
It was burning my hand.
How serious the problem was may be illustrated by the Dean Martin affair. In 1946, Costello saw Dean Martin perform. He was handsome and easygoing on stage. Just one problem, he had a large nose. Costello decided he wanted to manage Martin and even advanced the singer $400 for a nose job. Was Costello thinking of dumping Bud Abbott for Dean Martin? The whole affair came to an unpleasant end when Martin charged over $2,000 worth of clothing to Costello, and Lou angrily ended the relationship. In later years, when Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis exploded on the national scene, Costello sued Martin and reportedly won a $20,000 settlement. The team's personal problems were apparent in the 1946 release Little Giant. Whether it was by design or by necessity, the duo spent very little time together on screen. By all accounts, the film was a failure.
Meet Little Benny from Cucamonga. Impetuous, isn't he? Who takes impassioned leave of his sweetheart. Impassioned, Benny, impassioned. There, that's better. And sets out to conquer the world. His first interview is a bit unusual. Take your shirt off.
Why?
I want to see your muscles.
Oh, you want to see my muscles?
That's right.
Yes, sir. And talking about my muscles, I have the biggest muscles in Cucamonga.
His second interview shouldn't happen to a dog.
Say, I don't want to...
But when Benny discovers that he can read people's minds, then hilarity reaches sky high in the grandest fun treat of all.
These mind-reading stunts, they're all tricks. They're fake.
Oh, no, it's not. It runs in the family. Take Mama, for instance. Months and months before I was born, Mama told Papa she was going to have a baby. And she did. Honest.
Come here, take a look at your loving bridegroom.
Hey! Who is she?
That's my wife.
I got to get out of here before you lose control of yourself.
After several more films, the team seemed to have resolved their differences, and both men worked together to finance and build the Lou Costello Youth Foundation, established in the memory of Lou's son Butch. Later, Bud Abbott recalled their rift.
I only wish I had always protected our friendship. But everyone knows that Lou and I had a rift in 1945. Like a lot of people do, we magnified a difference of opinion. And we let a molehill become a mountain. Lou, I thank God we came to our senses.
I'm glad that neither you and I could sing.
That's right. Today our friendship seems all the more precious to me because we almost lost it forever through foolish pride.
In 1947, Bud and Lou had begun working in Las Vegas. While other headliners were getting about $5,000 a week, the team demanded and got $50,000 per week, although reports say they lost most of their salary at the gambling tables. The 1948 release, The Noose Hangs High, was the team's first attempt at independent production. And to ensure its success, Abbott and Costello gave it a generous helping of classic burlesque material.
Suppose you walk into a baseball field. What teams are playing?
I don't know.
Then what are you doing in that baseball field?
I don't know. You got me in there, now get me out.
Look, what is the first thing you buy in a baseball field?
A hot dog?
A hot dog.
Without mustard?
Mustard goes with a hot dog.
Not with mine.
Do you know they spend millions of dollars every year to put up factories just to manufacture mustard? Do you know those factories employ thousands and thousands of men just to manufacture mustard? Do you know those men take care of thousands of families and homes, all on account of mustard? And you, just because you don't like mustard, what do you want them to do? Close those factories down and put all those people out of work?
You mean to sit there and tell me just because I don't eat mustard, I'm going to close down the mustard factory?
No, wait a minute. No.
Are you trying to tell me that those thousands of people are making one little jar of mustard like this just for me?
Now, wait a minute. You don't understand.
Well, if they are, you can tell them not to make any more because I'm not going to eat it.
All right, so you don't like... Quiet. Look here. Say you're 40 years old. Now, wait a minute, just a minute.
Who's 40?
Just say, pretend
I'm
you're...
a boy.
All right, pretend
I'm
you're...
no boy.
All right, wait a minute. Look, pretend
I'm
you're...
not 40.
Pretend you're 40 years old. And you're in love with a little girl, say, 10 years old.
This one's going to be a pip.
Well, now, wait a minute till I finish it.
Now, I'm going around with a 10-year-old girl.
Well, wait a minute.
You got a good idea where I'm going to wind up.
Will you wait a minute, please? Now, you're 40. She's 10. You're 4 times as old as that girl. Now, you couldn't marry her, could you?
Not unless I come from the mountains.
Never mind that. I'm asking you one little simple question. You want to answer it?
Well, go ahead,
You're 40. She's 10. You're 4 times as old as that girl. Can't marry her, so you wait. Oh, you wait 5 years.
I'll wait 5 years.
Now you're 45. The little girl is 15. Now you're only 3 times as old as that little girl, right? Huh? So you wait 15 years more. Now the little girl's 30, you're 60. Now you're only twice as old as that little girl.
She's catching up.
Yes. Now here's the question. How long do you have to wait before you and the little girl are the same age? Now go ahead. Now there's a very simple question. Think hard.
I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous.
What's ridiculous
I mean,
about
if I keep waiting for that girl, she'll pass me up.
What do you mean?
She'll wind up older than I am.
What are you talking about?
She'll have to wait for me.
Do you know this girl?
No.
Then why should you marry a girl you don't even know?
I asked you to ask me a simple one, didn't I? A little one.
All right, here. Take it easy. Take it easy. Say you're in the Grand Central Station, New York City. Right? Will you stop that, please? Put it down. You're in the Grand Central Station.
Yeah.
You buy a ticket. Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere.
What are you buying a ticket for?
I'm not buying any ticket.
And what are you doing in the depot? Well, you are, you see.
Same as the baseball game. Now you got me in a depot.
What
am I doing in a depot?
What are you blaming me for all these things? Well, did you know where you were going when you went in?
I don't know. You put me in this station.
Don't blame everything on me.
Now that I'm there, I'll have to find some place to go.
Find some place to go.
I'll go bye-bye.
Where's bye-bye?
Where's bye-bye?
Where is bye-bye?
Over that way someplace.
What's over there?
Bye-bye.
Oh, stop. Will you please talk sense?
I'll go to Baltimore. I don't want to go, but I'll go.
Baltimore?
That'll set
Why
that.
Baltimore? Why did you have to pick out Baltimore? Of all the towns in the United States, why did you have to pick out Baltimore? What's the matter with Philadelphia?
I got friends in Baltimore.
Suppose you had friends in Philadelphia.
Then I go to Philadelphia.
And what happened to your friends in Baltimore?
I'm not talking to them anymore.
Suppose you were married, had a wife, and your wife was in Philadelphia.
Then I go to Chicago.
Oh, go ahead, eat your shrimp. Go ahead, eat it. Get it over with.
Don't push it into my mouth.
The 1948 release, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, is not only one of the team's funniest films, it also helped revive their sagging box office receipts, and it set up a string of Abbott and Costello Meet films.
Come on, take it all out.
Look out, kid! Come here! What's the matter? Come here! Wait a minute!
The nation's top comics, Abbott and Costello. Petrified, but hilariously. Plus the dangerous and terrifying Wolf Man, played by Lon Chaney. Plus that fiend out of a nightmare, the vampire Batman, Count Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi. Plus the most dreaded creature of them all, the Frankenstein monster, played by Glenn Strange. Plus a couple of luscious but designing females in the spookiest laugh fest on record.
For the film, Abbott and Costello revived the hysterical moving candle routine, which they had also performed in the 1941 release Hold That Ghost, and later, as seen here on television. By the way, in this sketch, Lon Chaney Jr. plays Frankenstein.
Well, I have to put my show on.
Okay, read the map. I'll read mine.
the map and keep quiet.
Now, it says here that if we can find a door that could take us to the road that is in the back of the whole place, we could sort of get in the car, and then we could get in...
What are you trying to say?
This one went up and down, up and
down. Nephew, did you see this candle go up and down?
Certainly not.
Now look, keep one eye on that candle, the other eye on that candle, but the other eye, watch me.
All right.
Sit down.
Hey, stop.
Watch that map. We've got to find that goal.
Now, candle, stay where you are. It says here there is a secret passage where there is money. If you would like to get a lot of money, all you have to do is get a couple of shovels.
What was the idea of that?
Well, keep your hands to yourself.
Keep whose hands?
I was reading a map and you hit me in the head.
Oh.
You did in my hat.
Who hit who?
You did.
I never touched.
Well, keep your hands to yourself.
I didn't hit you.
Don't do it again.
I didn't hit you.
Now, it says here that if we can find the secret passage...
Now, wait.
I got you that time, didn't I? I caught you that time. Charlie, I'm going to tell Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie!
What do I
Uncle
care?
Charlie!
What's the matter?
I don't want the money. Give it to him. I don't want no part of the
What's
whole
the matter?
thing.
What's the matter, Lou?
He hit me.
All quiet. Nephew, look. We've got to find it. It must be underneath this table in the trap. Move the table. It must be somewhere not in the other room. Nothing down here. I have it. There must be a secret panel in this room behind which the gold is hidden. You search there, you here, and I'll search here. After the bag of gold.
I don't see no panel.
Hey, Abbott.
Hey.
I found a secret panel.
Oh, you're just imagining these things.
Come on.
I found the gold.
You found the gold?
There it is. There you are, my boy.
Now you can put on the show.
My fortune is made.
You can put on the show
It's
now.
all mine. All gold. Can you imagine, Louis? All my life. All my... Oh.
What's the matter with him? Hey, Charlie! Hey, Charlie!
What's the matter, Lou?
Your nephew,
The 1949 release of Africa Screams was greeted with generally positive reviews. One critic called it their best film in years.
It's only a skin. Feel it, feel it. Don't be afraid of it. Now, look. I'm going to make a hero out of you, whether you like it or not. I'm going down that path. You know where the water bag is?
Yeah.
You meet me there. I'll be in this skin. And make sure you bring Diana with you.
Oh, you want me to get Diana and bring her over by the path by the water bag?
Governor.
And then you're going to have the lion skin on and then...
That's it.
You think the lions that Clyde Beatty catches are big ones? They're nothing but kittens. A little bit of kittens. Stand back! Have no fear, fair lady, of that wild beast.
I'll plug him for you.
Why not let the lion chew on it for a while? No lion's gonna spoil my fun.
Let him alone, Grandpa.
Nice work, Buzz.
Boy, that stupid little idiot showing off like that.
Come on, Buzz. Get up on the box. Do a good job. Come on, stop stalling. Get up there. Come on, get up there. What is that, boy? Hey, Buzz, this I gotta tell you. You walk in the cage like a real lion. You even hopped around like a real lion. You want to know something else? You even smell like a real lion. That's the part I don't understand. Stanley! Stanley! Hey, Buzz, did we fool them? I wish you could have got the look on their faces when they saw you in here.
Stanley, come out.
I can't. I locked the door over here.
Well, throw the key out.
I threw the key out long ago.
Where?
Over there. Hey, look. Hey, enough is enough. Now go away before you queer it.
What are you talking
They don't know you're inside the lion's skin.
Yeah, I'll look for the key.
I know that you're excited. I'm paralyzed.
The 1950s ushered in the age of television, and nobody was better suited for TV than Abbott and Costello. In the early part of 1951, the team made their debut as one of the rotating hosts of the Colgate Comedy Hour. Throughout the series, the team once again pulled out their classic burlesque routines, leaving nothing to chance.
Gotta get used to these things, little.
And Abbott Costello Story.
All right. Look.
Well, here we are, Colgate.
Okay.
They really put us in a beautiful theater for our first show on television.
That's what I was going to say, Lou.
This is one of those gorgeous theaters I've ever been in, Abbott.
One of the finest theaters.
Get that beautiful wall over there.
Marvelous.
Isn't that a nice wall?
It is really.
Do you know what that wall reminds me of?
What?
This one over here.
Stop. Wall's a wall. Take your fingers out of your mouth. You want to poison yourself?
No.
What makes you so dumb?
It just comes to me naturally.
That's what I thought. Didn't you ever go to school, stupid?
Yes, sir, and come out the same way.
Well, that I know.
Howdy do. Gentlemen, do you have a reservation?
Well, I look like Indian. Everybody's blowing horns.
Well, I know.
I know it hurts my eardrums.
Why you buy the cotton?
I bought the cotton because I'm going to do something with it.
I'll tell you what to do.
I know what I'm going to do with it.
Here. Just a minute. I'll show you what to do.
Oh, you got the same idea I got.
Certainly, here. Come here. Put that in your ear. There you are.
Now I won't hear nothing.
Oh, well, now, yes, you will. There you are. Now it takes all the noise and the sound and the din and the glare and everything is away from you. How's that sound now, huh? I say, does that sound good now? The noise, it don't bother you, does it?
Huh?
I say the noise of the streets and the big horns and everything don't bother you now.
Huh?
I say that you can't hear the din and the glare now, can you?
Oh, no, I can't hear. Yes, I can't hear it when you had it in there.
No, but...
Now I can hear it, yeah.
See there? Now everything's all right, isn't it?
Huh?
Everything's all right, you can't hear the noise.
What?
I'm talking to you. Can you hear me?
What?
I put these in your ears for one purpose, so that you don't hear the noise and the din and the glare of the street and the sounds of the horns and the things.
Yeah, that's what I said. When you had them in my ear, I couldn't hear a thing.
Huh? What in the world is that?
Hey, what kind of dog is that?
That's no dog. That's a jackass.
That's a jackass?
Certainly. Where's your brains? Did you ever ride a jackass?
No.
Well, you better get onto yourself. Say no, I don't want anything. Sit down. Don't order anything.
I just want to hit you once.
Sit down, sit down. Sit down.
All right, boys. What are you going to have?
I'll have a ham sandwich and a cup of coffee.
A ham sandwich and a cup of coffee. And,
Yeah.
what will you have, sir?
I don't care for nothing.
Have you seen the menu, sir?
I don't care about the menu. I don't want
This is
nothing to
good
eat.
food. What do you have? Your friends asked you to eat. What would you like to eat?
Anything on here?
I don't want nothing to eat. You
Now
told me over there not to order.
What do you have to eat?
I don't want nothing.
Well, take something.
Take something small.
I'll take a small steak.
Their duties on television didn't slow down on their film output as more Abbott and Costello films hit the theaters. And by 1952, with the release of their first color feature, Jack and the Beanstalk, there was also a major change in the Abbott and Costello partnership. The movie was produced under a new independent arrangement in which Lou Costello's company, Exclusive Productions, would produce a film, and then Bud's company, Woodley Productions, would produce the next one. Each man would work on salary for the other's film while the other retained ownership. Lou was aware of the large juvenile audience their television appearances were garnering, so he opted for this fairy tale classic.
I'm gonna climb that beanstalk, and I'm gonna kill the giant and avenge my father. And then I'm gonna save the princess, and while I'm up there, I'll look for our little Nellie.
You mean this boy had a sister? You poor unfortunate woman.
Oh, no, Nellie was our hen who laid the golden egg.
A hen that lays a golden egg?
14 carats.
Up there?
Oh, sure.
Well, let me help you, my boy.
Goodbye, Mother.
I'll go along with you.
Goodbye, Mother.
That's the boy. Take your time now.
Don't worry, Mrs. Strong. He won't be back.
Oh, you don't understand. He wasn't much, but he was all I had.
Mr. Thinklepuss. Why, you greedy boy.
What do you mean?
What are you doing with the giant's jewels and my Nellie?
Never mind that. Swing me out of here.
Take your time. There's no rush.
What do you mean? Quiet. Quiet, my little gold mine.
It's my Nellie. Let me see the jewels.
Oh, no. They're mine. All mine. I share them with no one. I come a long ways with... Oh.
Mr. Thinklepuss, I have not seen a face like that since I seen a pork chop in the window. And you have no fear. Polly and I, we chained the giant up down in the dungeon. He can't get away because I left him... Now, Mr. Giant, if you come one step forward, I'll let you have it. Grab the chandelier and swing out the window. Here comes...
It seemed that Costello had caught the production bug. He now decided he wanted to produce a new half-hour film TV series, The Abbott and Costello Show. NBC financed the show's first season. The team cast many old friends to work with them on the new show, including Hillary Brooks, Sid Fields, Bobby Barber, Joe Besser, and Joe Kirk, Lou's real-life brother-in-law, played Mr. Bachagaloop. Here, seen in a Colgate Comedy Hour sketch.
I make a record.
You make records, Bachagaloop?
Oh, sure, I make a nice record.
Well, I didn't know that. What is that one?
You like it, this record?
That looks good.
Huh? This is called Cicirinella di Nivanugana, Muzzagavola Cristiane, Muzzagavola Donna Bella, Guestagana, Cicirinella.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Bachagaloop?
That's mean a cry.
Cry?
Oh, come on, Bachagaloop.
This is the time I like to be friends, and you're making me losing my temperature, huh?
What?
Luigi, you nice boy.
Well, don't do that to me now. I don't like it, Bachagaloop.
Well, what is this?
This is the one here. You know the record, it says, "No Cry Joe, let him go"?
Yes.
That's the sequel.
Sequel?
This is a no laugh for Jack, and my she's a coming back.
Wait a minute. What is that one, Joe?
This is a nice record.
Oh.
I'm making this a record. This is called Amore.
Amor? Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, this is mean when you go down the south in Alabama, look on you mammy, you ring at the front of the doorbell, and she make a mistake of going in the back, and you run in the back, and you miss each other for 3 weeks. That's what it is.
That's good.
But Luigi, this is the record.
What is this here?
Mine are those doors.
This here one?
Oh, that's a great Luigi, what's the next one?
What are you doing?
The record.
And also the kids.
A total of 52 half-hour television episodes of the Abbott and Costello Show were produced. Bud was to receive a flat salary of $390,000 for his work on the program, which also included doing commercials.
Popcorn that has its own ingredients, its own oil, its own salt. In fact, its own popping pan that you don't have to save, just throw it away. There's no messes, nothing to clean up. Go to the store, your nearest store, and buy a whole mess of it. Get a lot of it. Stock it in. What's the matter, Louis?
Abbott, I want to tell the kids something.
Well, go ahead, there they are.
Listen, kiddies, I want to tell you about Easy Pop popcorn. I want you to tell your mommy that when she goes to the market, don't just worry about buying one box. Buy a lot of boxes because they always stay fresh. Buy as many boxes as you want and always keep them, and you got them. Do like I got them. I got them for this week.
You don't even have to put them in the refrigerator.
No, you don't. They always stay fresh.
Yes.
I got mine for this week.
Well, come on, let's go then.
No, not yet.
Why?
I'm going to get some for next week and next month and next year. No. I'm going to clean up on them right now.
Wait a minute, that's enough, Louis.
I like Easy Pop so much, I'm going to eat them right now.
No, you don't. You've got to put it on the fire first. Come on. What are you eating?
I'm eating that there Easy Fodder.
Easy fodder?
Lazy fodder.
What are you talking about, lazy fodder?
The fodder that don't do nothing.
It's popcorn, but what kind?
Easy Pop.
Easy Pop.
I says lazy fodder.
No.
Easy Pop.
Easy Pop. Oh, that's delicious, they tell me.
Oh, this is great. You know,
And it's so easy to cook, isn't it?
when you eat up all the popcorn,
Yes.
you don't need this anymore. You got nothing to clean up.
What is this here? It's a pan.
It's the pan. You throw the pan away.
Oh.
Right. Look, you see this over here? Now, wait. Just show you something.
Wait a minute, Louis.
Open it up. See this?
It's got all the ingredients in it?
It's got everything. Now, I got a frying pan here, right?
Yes.
Now, it's got the oil, now it's got the salt, and you put this on a burner like
And
this,
and the
the
pan-
first thing you know, it comes up with popcorn. And then you eat it, and when you eat all the popcorn, nothing to clean up, you throw it away again.
Well, that's wonderful.
You ought to tell your mommies to go to the market and buy up all the Easy Pops she can get in the basket.
Another Costello-produced television project called I'm the Law, starring George Raft, was in trouble. Costello agreed to let MCA syndicate the Abbott and Costello Show if they would also take on I'm the Law. In 1952, it was time for Bud's company to produce the team's next film. His choice was Abbott and Costello Meet Captain Kidd. To everyone's surprise, the distinguished actor Charles Lawton agreed to play Captain Kidd opposite Bud and Lou.
Hey, what am I doing about a iodine?
You're always getting yourself into something. What's the matter with you? Honest, folks. We're not really the pirates. We couldn't be pirates.
I'm afraid to be a pirate.
You're afraid. You're a fraidy cat. I'm afraid of no man.
No man at all?
No man at all.
Aren't you even afraid of a kid?
Not even a kid.
You're afraid of no kid?
No kid. No kid. Captain Kidd.
History, mates. Unfurl the binnacle, scuttle the barnacle, and swab the skipper. Because you're sailing into a gale of laughter and heading for Pleasure Island. Lou's a sea wolf in ship's clothing. And what a kisser. What a kisser. Bud's an old son of a sea cook, all mixed up in a pirate stew. And wait till you see Charles Lawton as Captain Kidd. When the boys get through with him, he's the only pirate to ever have a nervous breakdown.
This thing's driving me crazy. He went that way.
I'd rather go in her quarters.
We're going to Captain Kidd's quarters.
He don't appeal to me.
Ooh! Ah!
No, sir, he never did. Not if we first let her meet Captain Kidd.
Later, Lawton appeared with the duo on the Colgate Comedy Hour.
Yes, I played a part of Jack. I played a part of Jack, and I am taking a cow to the market.
What kind of a cow?
This is... He's worse than you. What kind of cow? A plain everyday cow you take to the market.
Was it a heifer cow?
Yes, I was taking a half a cow. Was it a half a cow? This guy don't know from nothing. Shakespeare, this guy. Half a cow. I was taking a whole cow to the market. Captain Twister! I saw him there. I saw him in that picture with Gable. Captain Twister! Well, I can find it, Cup, can I?
Oh, great, I'll be nice.
Was it a tired cow?
Yes, this cow was very tired.
Did the cow have bags under her eyes?
Yeah, this cow I was taking to market because the cow had bags under her eyes, and then... He don't know a cow? Bags under her eyes? She had the bags under her eyes.
Abbott and Costello had managed to keep their personal differences fairly quiet, and to the public everything seemed okay. Appearances like this one for a charity soapbox derby helped their image. But there was trouble brewing. The Internal Revenue Service had determined that Abbott and Costello both owed large sums in back taxes. Amazingly, both men claimed they didn't have the money to pay the IRS. Desperate for quick cash, Eddie Sherman got NBC to advance Lou $50,000, while Abbott sold some of his personal possessions to hold off the taxmen. The team was still very popular and an important part of the Colgate show.
Hey, you guys, I followed you from Canal Street, 4.5 miles. You made it in 3 minutes. How'd you do it?
Well, it came up that new East River Parkway.
The new East River Parkway isn't finished yet.
It is now.
You went through 5 red lights. You made 4 U-turns. You knocked down 2 fire hydrants. You made 4 left turns without putting on your arm. Now you're headed the wrong way on a one-way street, and you're parked on the sidewalk.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Where did you come from?
Patterson, New Jersey.
Patterson, New Jersey. How did you get this busted crate through the Holland Tunnel?
Through a hole on the other side.
I'm going to give you a ticket.
Give us 2. He wants to go 2.
I don't.
Now listen, I don't think you know any of the rules and regulations.
I know anything about driving Normandy. I know all the rules.
I got to put all this down. You were going 60 miles an hour.
60 miles a minute.
60 miles an hour.
60 miles a minute.
60 miles an hour.
60 miles a minute, this car won't go an hour.
And you almost hit that man. You just missed him.
It's his fault.
Now, what do you mean my fault? I told you to give him the right of way.
Oh, I thought you said get him right away. I'll get him on the way back. Where?
Well, Biggie.
Hey, Frenchie, so this is your sister, huh?
Oui, monsieur.
What have you got to say to Daddy?
Oh, monsieur, vous êtes si charmant, si gracieux, si tout à fait adorable, monsieur.
No, I don't think I can.
Oh, monsieur, je vous dis des compliments. Qui vous a donné vos yeux, monsieur?
No, I don't think I can.
Mais, monsieur, je vous fais l'amour. J'attendrai toujours l'amour, toujours, monsieur.
No, I don't think I can.
Hey, Abbott, what's she saying? Maybe I can.
In 1953, Abbott and Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was released. It enjoyed critical praise and good box office. which was certainly helped by the team's numerous television appearances.
Panic sweeps London from end to end. Even Scotland Yard is baffled. But two men of intrepid daring fight back. It's Abbott and Costello at their hilarious best. Battling fiction's most fearsome themes in Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Boris Karloff as Robert Louis Stevenson's fabulous double demon.
Mr. Hyde will kill him. Mr. Hyde will kill him.
Hey, stop this fight! There's ladies present!
Bud and Lou are tearing up the town, trapping the beast among a bevy of beauties, adding turmoil to terror in a house of horrors that would frighten even Frankenstein.
Come on, Will! We can cut your mustard! Give me a hand!
And what a riot when they get funny notions from deadly potions.
Hey, Slim.
What?
Those guys must be seeing things.
Pay no attention to them, they're drunk. There's always a way of...
Ziggy!
In 1954, Abbott and Costello began production of Fireman Save My Child, but contract disputes and a recurrence of Lou's rheumatic fever prevented him from continuing work on the film or appearing on the Colgate TV show.
I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank all those that are looking in at the show right now. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the wonderful letters that you wrote me while I was ill. It did an awful lot to cheer me up, especially the ones that says we want to see you back again.
Universal, not wanting to lose the footage that had already been shot, saved the long shots and replaced Abbott and Costello with studio contract players Buddy Hackett and Hugh O'Brien. By the time Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy was released, the team was back in top form.
Where will we find the mummy?
Don't worry, the mummy will find you.
You'll howl as you follow Bud and Lou in a strange land where exotic dancers perform ancient rituals. Imagine Lou trying to be charming to a snake. And Bud at the end of his rope.
Stop blowing!
Does this mean anything to you?
It means death to whoever holds it.
About the time Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy was being released, the team also made their last appearance on the Colgate Comedy Hour, where they performed a version of the necklace routine, which was also used in the film.
She just stole a diamond necklace. Anyone caught with it is going to get a lot of time in a big house. I'll tell you what. I'm from a 23rd precinct, and my name is Brannigan. Now, if you really think about it, I want you to get in touch with me. You understand? There you are. And don't forget, get in touch with me at the 23rd precinct.
I sure will.
Righto.
Okay, big boy.
The guy dropped it out of his pocket. Abbott, the guy dropped it out of his pocket.
Well, enjoy your hamburger. What's the matter? There's your hamburger.
I don't feel like a hamburger right now.
Hey, Abbott! Look at that weather out there. Isn't that awful weather? Well, let's see. Wait a minute. Put that down. The weather is bad out, isn't it?
Isn't it terrible?
Yeah. But it's good for that tree over there.
Abbott.
Why?
Would you look over there, see if you can see the waitress?
You don't like that tree over there, do you?
You are not going to get me to look over there.
Well, let's eat up.
Still see if you can see the waitress, would you please?
Will you take a good look at that tree, please?
I would be more than delighted.
In 1956, Abbott and Costello started production of Dance With Me, Henry. It was an important film for the team, who had not been seen on movie screens for over a year. During the film's production, it was announced that the Abbott and Costello's version of Who's on First had been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Costello reportedly said it meant more to him than winning an Academy Award.
This is your life, Lou Costello.
Just before the film was to be released, Costello had been surprised on the TV program This Is Your Life. Abbott helped with the surprise and reminisced about the team's early days.
Our timing was perfect for each other, but it took, at least 3 years of struggle to get our first act organized and material together.
Right. And during that time,
Both men didn't realize this would be their last joint television appearance, and Dance With Me, Henry would be their 36th and final film.
Talk about Dance With Me, Henry.
Dance With Me, Henry?
Huh?
Dance?
Just a minute. What's this Dance With Me, Henry?
Oh, what's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
He's on third, but I know who's on first.
Who?
Dance With Me, Henry.
Dance With Me, Henry?
Dance With Me, Henry.
Hey, boy! You're going to say something or I'm not going to leave here. No!
It's a wonderfully warm and wacky story that's as mad as a merry-go-round. Crazy as cops and robbers in a funhouse. And a million laughs all the way. It's Abbott and Costello at their zany best.
I'm going to get on that phone and call the cops.
Wait a minute. Do you know what they do to squealers?
I don't care what they do with squealers.
They shoot them. They shoot them down like dogs. They stuff them in a barrel of cement and throw them right in the ocean.
Wrong number. Come on, I got to sing.
All right, sing.
Through all their films, Abbott and Costello were famous for having a loose set. Their unrehearsed ad-libbing kept many a crew member laughing. Fortunately, their antics have been preserved in private collections of bloopers.
We've come a long ways, Wellington. You remember the Republic Theater on 42nd Street?
The old hole like the city.
No. Do you remember the dressing rooms in the old Republic Theater?
The old hole like the city.
And do you remember Gypsy Rose Lee?
The old hole like the city.
Now let's be serious, then. What are you going to do if that lone Pan's not a mind reader?
But I am. That's the secret of my success. I penetrate people's brains. And my mom.
Now, you know what we'll do? We'll play the same number.
Okay.
Both play the same number. I'll play number 20, and you play 22.
Okay. Well, wait a minute.
Right.
And we're going to play the same number?
That's right.
Well, you want me to play 22?
No. You play the same number that I play.
What are you going to play?
20.
What do I play?
22.
Okay. That's a different number.
All right. What do you want to play?
Let's play 30.
All right. You play 30, and I'll play 32.
Good. No, don't let's play this. Let's play different numbers.
No. Well, what do you want?
I screwed it up, didn't I?
Yeah.
Isn't she beautiful?
You think so?
The way I feel right now? Anybody's beautiful.
What's the matter?
Flash.
What?
I got a peepee.
Chick Young. Yeah? I've been looking all over town for you. My name's Talbot. Well, you didn't have to look far. We were in jail. Yeah, I know all about that. You see, I'm the one who telephoned you not to deliver those bodies. I knew they were alive.
Uh-huh. I was imagining things, huh? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You got that right? Uh-huh.
We're in enough trouble. You're Wilbur Gray?
Yes, sir.
Then you must be Chick Young. What? I'm Lawrence Talbot. I've been looking all over town for you. Well, you didn't have to look far. We were in jail. I know. You see, I'm the one who telephoned you not to deliver those bodies. I knew they were alive.
Oh. See? Ah. Well, I was imagining things, huh? When I told you about the guy who was walking with a stiff waist like that, and the other guy was giving you all that kind of stuff. Look me in the eye. Go ahead, look me in the eye.
That you're nuts. And so is this mug.
Yeah, so's the whole goddamn
So's the whole goddamn scene.
Are you Wilbur and Chick?
The fabled partnership formally ended in the winter of 1956. The team was starring in a Las Vegas revue at the Sahara Hotel. Costello became furious when Abbott appeared to be out of it or possibly drunk during the late show on opening night. Costello shouted that he was fed up with Abbott and with their partnership. The team finished their 2-week engagement, after which Costello officially informed Abbott he was leaving the act. The breakup wasn't publicly announced until later in 1957, and all Bud or Lou would say is that there were no hard feelings between them. Abbott claimed that at age 61, he wanted to spend more time with his family. Costello began appearing as a guest on many television programs, including The Steve Allen Show, where he performed the necklace routine with show regular and former Dead End Kid, Gabe Dell.
When I catch them with that necklace, they'll get 20 years.
Oh. Will you do me a favor?
What do you want?
Will you see if you can get the waitress over there?
Sure.
Miss? Let's eat.
Yeah, let's eat. Come on.
Let's eat.
Say, Lou, isn't that your cousin with the brown derby on?
I think I got it. I got it. Say.
Yeah?
Never mind my cousin over here, but you want to get the waiter?
Yeah, sure. Waiter.
You got it.
Lou, isn't that a beautiful sunset?
Oh, sure. I'd be delighted to let them over there at the sunset. I know I get it again. Do me one more favor.
What do you want?
Look at the sunset on your left.
Sure.
Thank you.
Lou, are you sure that isn't your cousin Esmeralda over there?
Esmeralda?
Yeah.
I'll take a good look for you. Oh, boy, come on. Wait a second. Let's do a little eating, huh?
Yeah, let's do a little eating. Here we go.
Are you ready?
I'm all ready.
Me too.
Okie doke.
Come on. Hey.
Salute.
Salute.
Gentlemen, about the necklace.
Oh, yeah.
I came back to tell you. I just wanted to say. I came back to tell you that anyone returning the necklace will receive $1,000 in reward. If you hear anything, give me a ring. I said, if you hear anything, give me a ring.
Also, in 1958, Costello did something he always wanted to do, straight acting. First, he appeared in an episode of the GE Theater entitled Blaze of Glory, and then on an episode of Wagon Train. In March of 1958, Bud Abbott sued Costello, claiming he had only been paid $167,000 of his flat $390,000 fee for the Abbott and Costello half-hour television shows. Costello also performed on stage in a revue at the Dunes Hotel in Las Vegas, working with his old friend Sid Fields. The show broke all records, and Costello was offered a 6-week extension, but he wanted to return to Hollywood. In 1959, Costello appeared in his first solo role, which also turned out to be his last feature film, The 30-Foot Bride of Candy Rock, a parody of the science fiction films of the 50s.
Get me something to wear. Do you still love me?
From the tip of your toes to the top of your head.
Giants! Giants! Can't rule out invasion from space.
All right. All orders top secret.
Little old me isn't too much of a woman for little old you, is she?
Lady, if you were triplets, you wouldn't know what too much woman is for little old me.
Jackie, you leave my husband alone.
How dare you speak to me that way? I said...
Cool off.
Flying saucers! Flying up! This is it! Look!
Just after completing the film on February 26, 1959, Costello suffered a heart attack. At first, his condition was considered not life-threatening, and his family and friends, including Bud Abbott, paid frequent visits. But on March 3rd, Costello suffered another heart attack and died just 3 days shy of his 53rd birthday. For Bud Abbott, the shock was tremendous. It was truly the end. Some reports said he was still hopeful of a reconciliation before Lou's death, but now it would never be. And Bud had money troubles. He still owed the IRS over 7 years of back taxes. He was finally forced to sell his house and his wife Betty's jewelry to satisfy the government. In 1961, Abbott teamed with Candy Candido and began touring. While flying to an engagement, Abbott suffered a severe epileptic attack and had to end the tour. Later that year, Abbott appeared in an episode of the GE Theater called The Joke's on Me. In 1967, Abbott suffered a mild stroke, but he recovered in time to lend his voice to an animated Abbott and Costello cartoon series for Hanna-Barbera. Costello's voice was impersonated by Stan Irwin. On April 24, 1974, Bud Abbott died of cancer. It was ironic that both Abbott and Costello, whose films had grossed more than $100 million, both died in financial difficulty. Many felt it was an injustice that both men who had given so much of their time and talent raising morale and millions of dollars during World War II were so aggressively pursued by the government for back taxes. But what has more value to the nation? Payment of some back taxes or the legacy of laughter Abbott and Costello have left us all? Through their films and television shows, they have preserved a unique form of comedy, born with traveling minstrel shows and reaching its zenith during the glory days of vaudeville and burlesque. A rough and tumble kind of American humor, when talk was fast and when for a laugh anything goes, and when nobody did it better than Abbott and Costello.
Well, Lou, got some news for you. We finally got a job. For breaking those windows now, we've got to pay for it.
What are you going to have, an executive job down there?
Why not?
Oh, that's an executive job, huh?
Well, what's wrong with that?
You want a scalp treatment?
I want a scalp treatment.
Who's going to give it to you?
You.
Me? Going to give you a scalp treatment?
Come on, Lou.
Are you kidding, brother? Take your coat off. You want a scalp treatment?
Yes.
Abbott, you know I don't know anything about giving anybody a treatment.
Wait a minute, Lou. There's a man on the radio right now. He'll tell you all about it. And you listen to what he says and do it as he tells you.
Hey, Abbott, what kind of job we going to have down there?
What are you worried about? What kind of a job? Get me a towel.
I hope we get a good job.
Men, are you losing your hair?
Oh, is this the guy?
If you are, listen daily for our treatment.
Now listen to him and do everything he tells you to do. Okay.
First, place a towel around the neck. A nice, large towel, and fasten it securely. Then, massage the scalp nice and gently. This stimulates the scalp, so massage gently.
Gently?
Gently.
You hear the man?
Gently.
That's the boy. Soothe. Oh, that's so soothing. That's so nice. What are you doing?
Massage gently.
Listen to the man.
Gently.
There you are.
Nice.
Over here, the scalp.
Now go and get your favorite scalp tonic.
No, I get the scalp tonic. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this scalp treatment is coming to you through the courtesy of the Anaconda Noodle Company. Our recipe for today is noodle stuffing for your Christmas turkey. Our quick boiling noodle is tender in 3 minutes. Now, boil the noodles. I'll weigh.
Isn't it, Abbott? First time I ever had anything like this happen to him.
Now, is the noodle ready? Now add 2 eggs. Mix thoroughly with the noodle. Now add some chopped celery and onion.
I hope you're right. It's the sky, Abbott. I hope you're right.
Add 1 can of fresh mushrooms. You may eliminate the mushrooms if you like. Now, is everything thoroughly mixed? Then get ready to stuff the noodle into your Christmas turkey. Now stuff the noodle into the turkey. Now place it in the oven.
Cold. Come on, boy. What's the matter? Come on.
Now set your oven at 275 degrees and figure 25 minutes to each pound.
25 minutes to each pound? This guy's, I'm supposed to talk here. This guy's 175 pounds. He'll be here till Wednesday.
Burn up all the hair on my head? What's wrong with you? Why do you do Why do you do this?
Look at yourself,
Just because
Abbott.
I take a nap. You know?
smiling faces here in the audience.
Bud, will you do me one favor? Because when we were in Europe, you made a very wonderful toast to everyone over in the continent. Please make the same toast to these very wonderful women here and everybody on the television world.
All right.
We're in the television world.
This is to all you fine people. This is from both my partner and myself. May you all live as long as you want and never want as long as you live.
Thank you, Bud. Wonderful. Oh,